it comes to transfer market, a mismatch crap because me all corner maintenance and he looks desperate.
Wow.
That's why desperate. Obeso ye bibi
in tentem.
O ye bibi in tentem. Ejuma we no dia ne mfa. Na kapo ye bebo season awie. Dey tell make a style clash in hani anu. Imagine say Benfica is a selling club.
Yeah.
Now ye wie season now obi to say Antonio Silva. Obi to say ka Enzo na wakopie mu Chelsea. Yeah. Players or Florentino Luis Simone boys in India season year June 50 or January. If Benfica decides to sell Enzo Fernandez for 120 million euros, said your year to Chelsea now, who just say no number contokwa.
Yeah.
You'll be very angry.
Yeah, you do.
Because if the other hand is a born Enzo Fernandez air body man, any the impact in January about 10 to do.
Okay.
And you wouldn't Uber she said we keep Enzo Fernandez for quite some time as an Abidjan quite on Kwaja quite on Vanya de Ovanko. But assistance. Ultimate ko Benfica me real season na yembo January na ngoka so monton mo player bia we key. This Cabernet club no say dey be monton. It won't happen. Benfica on come market ni nko top striker 50 million pounds in farm out. Benfica on come market ni so enko to a midfielder 70 million euros in farm brew. Benfica en academy no. No one can say confirm Rabat Sam Rabat Bebu is my Benfica. It won't happen. So and you may call into me thinking to go and accept the job no. Mike, me 2 years as a woman or pension pay.
Pension pay.
Oh, that be because clubs now offer no kwa na pam no agini sika. O kwa na pam no agini sika. O jam part no nam so no me ntiase ye.
I say I feel no any level of the club. So buy and I say I feel no any level I pay. O free Fenerbahce buy in the first interview. I say I feel no any level.
Okay, Mourinho's first interview or Fenerbahce. Okay.
Was it their jerseys, their skin was a day?
You see, about no, they are winning over the hearts of people. Mourinho is one. He's charismatic. Nensema Wakanin, I am the special one. Mourinho's words, it carries more emotions and win over more hearts than you can imagine. But I think, sir, recent happenings involving Mourinho, I was here subjected Mourinho as a coach to more scrutiny, and then people are still aligned to Mourinho because of the year in the past, not because of what he's doing now. Then we will come to the realization that Mourinho and then he hold an asset status as one of the top coaches of Mourinho game as what, and Mimi GDA say due to 1 or 2 reasons. A big decision making. It might look different. The other angle is Mourinho is not scared of taking up top jobs and not tough jobs. He will come to your rescue.
Yeah.
But I also think Nipa so what Pejako could do stage beer. Yeah, one amobi ana utun kaneno. And I want you maybe ana we kanena. I feel no one yes and your money bium. Save when you're the baby. Ahiniaba. First baby, and I will grow no one grow be. And I will pay Jack or Drew Sul baby. To say, me fireman pay you a German Mahama Fanye. As Mahama, not only a buying the baby, now only position be a war high ranking. He could perhaps move outside freely, eat anywhere, do anything. Okay. But the moment he felt the president of Ghana, he cannot go and sit in a restaurant and eat on his own.
Yeah.
Again, your certain places are owned to me because of the Brenner Wenyano. The same applies to Mourinho. It's true. You started from the lower ranks, from obscurity. First, now crowd a translator. LMI, Bobby Robson, Barcelona, and Sana, Newcastle, Jumedia. Then you had to move on your own and become your own man. You needed to start low and rise to the top. When Mourinho rose to the level of Real Madrid, he needed to be very mindful of his next steps. After Chelsea, he needed a break, reassess, and then look at what I say, or be the floor, so that he can come back stronger. Mourinho, I believe, no matter what, should not have taken the Manchester United job. But even with United, a club can see no problem. I have reasons to say Nkoji because the footballing project are no more no Mourinho
yeah.
But what for Man U, no problem. But the lowest point was Jose Mourinho accepting say Mekofa Spurs, Mekofa Roma, Mekofa Fenerbahce, and now Benfica. These 4 decisions are decisions I think the moment Mourinho accepted a tenny free baby or person rise in the cocoa drew the ambitions of such clubs. Mourinho is a serial winner. He wins top trophies, elite trophies. The moment Oben Lemete clubs are over 2 or more the second or the third tier, Tottenham will not give you that guarantee. Says season in, season out. They are competing for the top trophies. League, Champions League. Tottenham and Mouse are vibe, no?
Okay.
If you descend to Roma, they will not give you that vibe. Serie A Kromoji impress in Fiesini. Nam Kam Pesempo, they will attempt to win the Champions League. Fenerbahce, the same. Into Oshe Juma Wakofana, a Juma and propelling back to the top or to the limelight. I may consider one of the great. Mourinho's peer, the known in the bosso, was Pep. Consider what Pep has done and how he's taking his footballing decisions.
Yeah.
He goes to clubs. Project Neba Buama, he will continue to stay at the top by winning top trophies, and the investment will back him. Mourinho accepted any job, and when not time to go back, assess the options, and look at which one is right for him. The latest episode of Benfica, you were just sacked by Fenerbahce. Now Benfica was not winning. They have not been winning in the past 2 seasons. They are not a dominant side like they were under Roger Schmidt. Then Fenerbahce UAD, Robert Nefi. I think the best thing Mourinho should have done was to reassess, rest. You will be a friend of rest and reset.
Okay.
Next, what did that? Now what should for the next launch? Until you feel any kind of emotional stress, psychological stress, whatever you've gone through. Fenerbahce no then you get back. But Mourinho, I say everyone is oba nikunewo. Now what you mean now oba no bema for 49th club. You've not grown over it. Yeah, exactly. Into the two for say relationship. The moment you suffer a heartbreak, don't jump into another relationship. Try and then heal your wounds. Recover from the heartbreak first and son of what take it the next day, because emotionally you'll be thinking about certain things just to overcome the pain you feel. But at times I am when I say you heal from the pain before you think about the next step. Mourinho did not heal from the Fenerbahce heartbreak, and he just saw Benfica's opportunity. A club I'm coaching that is Portugal.
Yeah.
Akomeah explained the star clashes. What Mourinho wants is to win and win consistently.
Sure.
What Benfica wants is to develop and sell, and then they'll win domestic and they'll make appearances in the Champions League. They are okay. Does Mourinho need that now? And that is my issue. So decisions making have affected him to the next point. The whole issue about coaching era. Now, even the likes of Pep Guardiola are looking at tweaking things almost the same kakra.
Yeah.
Because once the same one, you'll be stuck in the old days. I think Mourinho is the coach of yesterday who still thinks the methods of yesterday are applicable and will lead to success today. No. And the Jume there hasn't been that self-realization process. Could it also be me? Wako Spurs, Yejao Kwai. Roma, Yejao Kwai. Fenerbahce, Yejao Kwai. There needs to be a self-realization process. what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? What must change?
Yeah.
There are days where the open beer how the CNC or the tarry why you will need to do a reassessment, a self-assessment exercise. No, I have never seen Mourinho admit. Say no, then Ebia may approach my method and acquire the first year no. It be a flawed until I need to change, I need to adapt. Maintain Mourinho interview be a workers no. Mostly the picture is painted say na the person no when you support in here.
Players in one.
Yes, that's why it is difficult for you to evolve. Every great manager, to make sure so you are constantly at the top, you need to evolve. Carlo Ancelotti started coaching in '94. Italy, Eba World Cup, no. He was assistant. Even to date, he is relevant. Why? Because he has evolved along with the times. He has not been stuck to one way. Mourinho, I think, is still stuck. And he is not modified how he approaches games.
And
And that to me is also another fundamental issue. Emma Mourinho Otiba from. Nobody can change Mourinho apart from himself. But a sad way, because I watch Mourinho, this Arsene Wenger, call him a specialist of the exactly. And the day you become from Mourinho, because Mourinho described Wenger as a specialist in failure because on the trophies he was always contending for fourth, maybe Champions League. Mourinho was looking at himself as a serial winner because he was winning trophies. Now
the special one.
Then you become from Mourinho.
It's still the special.
Has he turned today's specialist in failure? It is not so pleasant. It is not so good. But then again, he is the beginning and the end of the Ofemnina. Mourinho is the beginning and the end of what he's going through. Okay, boys never to ayampia the amount. I believe say Mourinho's next job should have been to target Inter Milan. Lobby his way through a club our coach that you have a rich history with them. And the squad they have will allow you to compete very well in Italy and also show up in the European competitions. Christian Kivu need the oil Inter Milan. Oh, GDS. Do you have any hope? So Kivu will continue for the long term. And think Kabotre Kakra. Naka assassino and play your cards well. Mourinho, any influence or one. Mourinho cannot lobby for top jobs. Why not any agent? Jorge Mendes.
Super.
Again, the personality Mourinho. Say into Juma Bain, I bet all now Mourinho lobbyer.
You get it.
Come on.
Or the rumor
One reason Inter did not move for him then, no often about was the exit clause. Secretary but he was under consideration. Fabregas #1, Mourinho was part of those they considered, but he wasn't available then. Now why available at Utifie? Make him would also digu. Kivu Boca or Inter Milan. Come on. The Benfica job to me, I have said this severally. And Nissan Kahoze J. Why is it to Yampia Mame? Men are Metre Mourinho the only mismatch.
Obviously, Mourinho na draw Benoit or
but now Bruno Lage Bruno Lage now Otamendi quite did Bobby and then they lost in the Champions League as well.
Yeah,
it's a political appointment.
You know Mourinho's next Champions League game
against Chelsea.
Exactly.
Stamford Bridge.
Now in the league, and that game no now outstanding. We need a narrow gap between themselves and Porto because Porto now taking what looks like an unassailable lead.
Well, you kind of say.
The
government say compensation man. You take home 11 million euros by January.
Compensation money
also, Daniel said Mourinho is now struggling. And the Banana Sarela Bista say this guy is so top in analysis. And Ode Abba, okay, we say we can Liverpool ne Enzo Mwasem. So we can Mwasem na. But you good you say more.
It was not even part of my idea.
Yes, Augustine Olonka. I will say a better time will tell. I'm running a better into Mourinho dear and so I don't know.
The players are Mourinho now and Turkey. Fenerbahce are going to me and find the BB.
This is too.
Yes, couple. I think the next on the agenda be doing Komoye. And right, you heard.
So I'm up for a moment could near some and the rest kakra.
Oh, I'm on more movie.
I'm more about the so rest.
I'm soldiers.
I think sir Enra you share Chelsea versus Lincoln.
Yeah.
And you share Liverpool and Southampton. Now with Liverpool and Southampton game there's not much to really talk about that particular game because I believe it's the obvious it definitely happened.
Yeah.
Which is Liverpool scoring in the last 10 minutes of a game. Yeah, only the same thing in the Premier League in every single league game Liverpool have won this season. Couple difficult. Say it do the last minute now. Obet me continue Liverpool abra won concede goal. Maybe the enkomo bi ebe pie free ho ne Hugo Ekitike de na okoye say wakoshegu na o shegu ni wi oni so wo yellow card dada no akwakoye ni jersey we so EFL Cup Liverpool supporters na ditumi say enye trophy bia na say enye stage of the competition pressure won bebrebe also shegu no akoyi jersey no akobi no akoje the red card. I think there's a disadvantage attached to that particular kind of red card na Ekitike akwakunya. The entire maker said it's a disadvantage near say one he's in a very good form. Ekitike keeps on scoring for Liverpool in difficult moments. The kind of goals Awashediama Liverpool they propel Liverpool to do a lot of things. In the Community Shield, on the share first goal, the man Liverpool very crucial in that particular encounter. Yababete Hugo Ekitike befa kwa fufuro so they will play again. The next game it will fear Hugo Ekitike on the Bournemouth. Yekodi no asabe shego e wo honum so. So you see the moment and the timings of his goals has proven that the time at Liverpool now started on a very good note. Until untimi be we San Fan be red card na nkofo nim go asefo from San Fan bro. Abra wonim se Liverpool atiska not less than 120 million euros akọ market ni mo akọ another striker de naba. In the shape of Alexander Isak. And no buy also Alexander Isak aso be dey. E be shegu. It's the next game mo be me say if Isak keeps on scoring that means you are not getting into the team until say be about kobo EFL Cup be and Champions League be and free bench about there. You need to, yes, of course, because Isak never born a general manager then na form no continue a general manager. It has a what momentum be so personally what momentum be so. And I think Ancelot was right. And no statement now we use you know. Say be I don't know na nyansa be any. And I agree to that. Say the go be a who din be a kwakoye but I think he's in a form of his life and he needed to be very disciplined to continue that particular form. Kebebo on wankasa because in Liverpool anymore no competition it was slow. Baby I'm a concern with Enzo Maresca and Chelsea here say omo ya dey be team say ya ehuomo out.
Chelsea team no.
Yes. When you specifically to Lincoln say Lincoln eko share first go into bia me betina no mabeka say be ade am recognize and I ade am de mani so ayede ehu couple Chelsea some kuta ball no more build from the back opponent devices strategy be against them say because Chelsea whenever they are building more build with a 3-1 in Nigeria say 3 center backs it normally either Malo Gusto and say Makukura and the movie Ediakonanim na ba kwa drop it no aba be center backs no then the defensive midfielder in Moises Caicedo ebe drop it or drop it ba no aba be ball no the ball on the call no allocate Chelsea attackers no so normally Chelsea be con with a 3-1-6 that means 6 attackers 6 attackers no omo provided with omo picking up the pocket spaces omo try to link up with the one no be ball na the ball na moving no very important. So when the whole Chelsea lineup now, couple, an example is on the screen. Ubetimashe, we against Lincoln.
Okay.
Chelsea will how many centre backs in a way in this picture? I will pass it from the back.
3. Yeah.
And more when the ball 6 the match Chelsea and Andrew Santos. On player be the then over any more match Chelsea be pitching him with 6 attackers. Meaning say centre backs have 2 options.
Yeah.
1, locate the defensive midfielder. On a half 10, obetimi the ball na attackers no normal dey equity chances na the goal number. And number 2, Chelsea centre backs will have to locate or more ball as wing backs. It malo boost to be originally the space in the diagonal passes in the back corner and create chance in the moment. It worked perfectly for them against teams be to say Paris Saint-Germain. It will be her nipa no picking the pocket spaces in the near wine Kopama and nipa na onone provided the width in the near malo gusto or more linky so they created the needed chances and got their goal. But after that, teams pushia Chelsea. Anytime Omo build from the back Biana Omo one of the attackers in the track number 6. It will be 6 in the free game in him. Against Crystal Palace, we saw it. So Sabak beat me Abuama. The game against Brentford, the same thing happened. Our Brentford tracking Moises Caicedo in that particular same 3-1
situation.
With ye and one couple defenders send away to
yeah 3.
One is not defenders name.
Moises Caicedo.
And I go Thiago here.
Yeah. Wow.
So now opponents. Oh, we say Chelsea building with the 3-1-6. The first point of defense on Monday Bayani say on the track Chelsea number 6. Because they believe say Chelsea and see the presence of you obi to say Kopama. Because Wakakonya grind. Kopama is the king of pocket spaces. Kopama bet me drop ya be baby a japo do ginei. She baby a Bonana to ginei. Na baby a the other guys in Ginano. Kopama bet me pick any of these slots on a half 10, no movie ball. No. But these players are none of them can do it. Against Bayern Munich, the same thing happened. But the only opportunity Amunya Kopama J Bono, Omoni ko counter attack na Kopama Panyai, or the Bono to net. So if Kopama is playing, they'll make sure they cut the supplies to Kopama. But if Kopama is not playing, they make sure someone press it, Chelsea number 6 and then cut the passes to the wing backs. It's a team being defending against Chelsea 3-1-6 Omuko with the 5 back. Let's say 2 no, as step up for wing backs. 3 no 150 no best step up for Chelsea number 10s and your number 9s. Now attacking 2 no. Omo making sure no more any money na and making sure so much. And yet midfielders, and number 6, center backs, they don't care about them.
So much steady Enzo Maresca.
Then you go back to Enzo Maresca and come on DSA. Oh, here center back. Levico or the more none of these guys can give it to you in TSC because I have seen a Dino. When you put up by a far born. Chelsea call with 2 build up or man call with 3 high risk high reward because when you shoot ball no has here how many players 1 2 3 4 5 against Chelsea saying 3 they will create a chance and score to me no way against top Premier League sides because they will punish you
no more so shepa
but against Lincoln omo risky and omudina after build up no move from saying 3 to say 2 and a 3 nearby that's a dust only had to or maybe inverted or provided with the beam just to support wine and be Santos.
So boy against top clubs in the art.
And I'm excited games the more example. Brentford, I'm what the boy say 2-2 me boy. Bayern Munich almost say.
Wow.
3-1. Manchester United started game the same thing on United here.
Hey. Yeah,
Fulham, Chelsea show me 2-0 no. First half for me the same thing.
Wow.
And it is a big problem. It is a big problem. And much Chelsea started games in the Chelsea started this season against Brentford. Fulham shall first go in the annual. Omo created and the second half was San and Sano. Against United, the first few minutes was poor. Second half was San and Sano. Against Bayern Munich, should you see? Against Brentford, over Sano team be share 2-1. Brentford they set pieces Abeshell. ɛnyɛ de biara na obi bɛ show 2 and 1 in the first half and second half oba be overturn results.
David.
So that is a major problem for Enzo Maresca to solve. And problem ni nyinaa yɛ centre back na wanyɛ dɛ wanya no obetimi abo the role of Levi Corel. Maybe going forward adapt, so adapt here and it keeps on going now. I'm for exploiting this. Okay.